Okay, so we're looking at graphing linear equations. We've done some of this already last week on bell ringers, so this will be kind of familiar. You need to get the graphing linear equations notes and the assignment, the practice problems, 2 papers, out from the rack. They're right behind the investigating intercepts paper in the rack. So it should be like the second and third paper in the rack. So pause this and go get those if you haven't already. Then let's get started. So graphing using the slope-intercept form of the equation is it needs to be in slope-intercept form. That's the y equals mx plus b, where the m is the slope and the b is the y-intercept. Slope does the positive, negative, and the tilt of your line, and the y-intercept, the plus or minus b, moves it up or down your y-axis. So your steps to graph are to put the equation in slope-intercept form. That means get y by itself. Find the intercept and graph this point first. Remember, a positive will be above the origin and a negative will be below the origin. Find the slope. Use the slope to find more points on your graph. So you go from the slope, from the y-intercept, and use your slope to graph more points. Remember, slope means rise over run or fall over crawl. So you use the top number to go up and down and the bottom number to go right and left. If the slope is positive, you will move up and right from the y-intercept point, but if the slope is negative, you will move down and then right from your y-intercept. If your slope is in decimal form, you must put it in fraction form in order to do the rise run. This is a huge thing, okay? So you can do, press the math button, then press enter, then press enter again on your decimal, and that should change you back to a fraction. If you do not have a y, then solve for x and it'll be a vertical line. So for this first example here, identify the slope and y-intercept, then graph. So slope is always the m, or the multiplier to the x. So the slope here is a positive 3, and the y-intercept is a positive 7. That means our line crosses at positive 7 on the y-axis, and then it's going to go, it's a positive slope, so then it'll move up 3, right 1. 1, 2, 3, 1. And then all you have to do is take a piece of paper, and join the 2 points. So let's look at number 2. Your slope is the m, or the multiplier to the x, what's being multiplied to x. So here it's a positive 2 and a positive 8 for our y-intercept. So as our notes say up here, if our slope is positive, we need to go up and then right from the intercept. The intercept is at positive 8 on my y-axis, and the 2 means I go up 2 and over 1. Or you can go down 2 into the left 1. And then we just join them together, and there's our line. So we're going to continue doing this for the rest of our problems. So what I would like for you to do is pause the video and work on finding your slope and y-intercepts for each one, and then graphing them correctly. And then you can start the video again and get the correct answers. So go ahead and pause now. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and pause myself. Okay, so here we are back with number 3. Your y-intercept is the positive 5, and the understood 1 by that x is your slope, which means you're going to go to positive 5 on your y-axis, and then you're going to go, since it's a positive slope, you'll go up 1 and then right, following these rules right here. Up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1. And then you just join your points together. Number 4, your y-intercept is at positive 4, so you're going to go to positive 4. And then you're going to use your slope. It's a negative slope, so our notes told us to move down, then right. So we're going to go down 2, right 1, because that's 2 over 1, right? Negative 2 over 1, negative 2, positive 1, and then you're just joining your points. Okay, number 5. Your slope is the negative 1. Remember, there's always an understood 1 when it's just the x. And then since it's the y equals, think about your Vux Hoy. Actually, I don't know how to do that, sorry. So your y-intercept, this is your parent function, but it's negative. So we're going to be at 0, 0. So we're going to start at 0 here. That's our y-intercept. And then since it's negative, we go negative 1, positive 1. Negative 1, positive. We go down, right, and you can keep doing that and then just join your points. Okay, number 6, y equals negative 3. This is your Vux Hoy. So our slope is going to be 0 because we're on the Hoy, right? Y equals, so that's going to be a vertical line right there along our y-intercept at negative 3. So it's just a straight vertical line right at negative 3 on the y-axis. Number 7 is going to be slope of 1/3 and y-intercept at negative 2. So we want to go to negative 2, and then we're going to go up 1, right 3. Up 1, right 3. Up 1, right 3. So you're always going in a positive direction since both the 1 and the 3 are positive numbers. Okay, number 8. We're going to have a y-intercept at positive 8 on the y-axis, and then we need to go up 5 over 2, but we're kind of at a graph, so we're going to do it backwards. So we're going to go down 5 and left 2. Down 5 and left 2. So if you go in a negative direction down and a negative direction left, you're ending up with an actual positive slope when you do that division. Then just join your points here. Okay, then we're going to look at number 9. And our y-intercept is at negative 2, and we have a negative 1/3 slope. So let's go to negative 2 on our y-axis. And then we're going to go, negative says to go down and then right. So we're going to go down 1 because the top number is your run or your y, and then over 3. 1, 2, 3. Down 1, over 3. And then just join your points again. Again, number 10, we have negative 9 is our y-intercept. So we go down to negative 9 on our graph. And then we're just going to go, our slope is positive, and that's a 7 over 1. The 7 is the y, or up and down, and the 1 is the left and right. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 up, and 1 over. 7 up, and 1 over. Then we just join our points. And our last two on the examples are negative 1/4 is our slope, and our y-intercept is at positive 3. So I go to positive 3, and negative slope says I move down, then go right. So the top number is my up and down, bottom number in the fraction is the left and right. So we're going to go down 1, right 4. Down 1, right 4. And you keep doing that until you get tired of it, and then you just join your points. Number 12 is a positive 3/4 slope, and then we're intercepting the y-axis at positive 7, so we need to go to positive 7, and then this says go up because the top number in our fraction for slope is the up and down. Denominator is left and right. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, up, 1, 2, 3, 4, over. And then I just joined my points at that point. So go ahead and start working on the assignment paper that's right after this one in the rack. You should know how to do this. It's really not that tough. Shouldn't take very long, and I will see you guys tomorrow. You do have a quiz over finding slope from graphs, equations, tables, and 2 points, as well as what you're doing today with your x and y intercepts. Finding the zeros and the y-intercept from a graph, an equation, and a table, just like from your notes and the assignment. So you need to be ready for that because there are no corrections on your quizzes. You might be able to retest. I don't know if I will allow that or not. So you need to be ready. I will see you guys tomorrow, and we'll work on graphing some more. Bye.